Rex Ryan had some harsh comments about the Baltimore Orioles not moving their home opener. The Ravens trying to have a home opener, and the Orioles and Bud Selig simply saying no to the NFL and Roger Goodell. Here's what he said. And the game would be on September 5th. The Orioles are playing that night against the Chicago White Sox. Here's what Rex Ryan said. Well, who really cares? You got 81 at home. Maybe you could have done the right thing, given one up and then played 82 on the road and then 80 at home. I really don't think people are going to care about that game. When they have 162 games, you might just have the common courtesy and say, you know what, maybe I'll play this one on the road or whatever. And then Roger Goodell, really quickly, I won't go through the whole thing. He said, I've called Bud Selig twice, spoken to him about it. We're trying to work out an accommodation to allow the Orioles game to happen earlier in the afternoon and the Ravens to celebrate their Super Bowl championship with their home fans, their fans at home on Thursday night, blah, blah, blah. We think it's the right thing, yada, yada, yada. Now, firstly, let me get your take. Do you agree or disagree with the Rex Ryan that people, not necessarily that they wouldn't care, but let's just go with the bigger picture, that they should move the game to earlier in the day?
No, absolutely not, because the Orioles are going to be playing, in my opinion, meaningful games in September. So if all of a sudden, if Rex says, they have 81 games at home, they can just easily move one game and then come back and play the other. No, that's not how baseball works. You have series of games. You have a very detailed schedule. And yeah, there's going to be rainouts, as we've seen from before, and we've seen even a few snowouts due to bad weather in April. Yeah. And you're going to need those games available towards the latter part of the season if you're not able to make them up during the summer. So Ryan doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. The NFL, I think, has a bigger responsibility here. If it was this important for the Ravens to be able to celebrate their Super Bowl at home, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they had an opportunity. They don't set the schedule until after the season is done, correct?
What, baseball or football?
For football. Football just released the schedule for this year.
Yes.
Right? So they had a general idea that the Ravens would play that Thursday night game. But if it's that important to the NFL for the Ravens to open up at home, you could have fixed that in your schedule because you know when the Orioles are going to be there. And just don't have it then. Or make it a Sunday night game and have two other teams open up. If it's that important for the Ravens to open up at home, then that's what you have to do. But the NFL thought that they could just run them out, and the Orioles said, no, that's not what we're doing. So they had every right not to move that game.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Here, they're going to Denver, so they're not going to even have a home opener. Their first game is going to be played in Mile High. So let's just get that out of the way firstly. Secondly, out of anything, it hurts the Orioles because no one's going to want, not no one, there are tons of baseball fans, okay? But if they're on the fence and you have tickets to both, which one are you going to go to? It's a no-brainer. So for me personally, I believe that they should have, and a lot of people are going to want to stay home as well. Not everyone has a sling box installed on their iPhone or whatever device they have, their Samsung Galaxy S, and they're not going to want to bring it to the game and then try to watch both games at the same time. You're not on the comfort of your couch. It's not going to happen. So for me personally, I believe that they should have moved the game to a 3:05 start time, let the Ravens play at home. I understand it's a tradition, not unlike any other, however, but I understand it's a tradition. And I understand that, you know what, the Super Bowl champions want to be at home in front of their home fans. Totally understand that. But if you're the Orioles, you're going to lose revenue, and you're going to lose people having butts in the seats for the sole fact that you won't move it up 2 hours, 3 hours. These guys are accustomed to a tough schedule. They're accustomed to even double headers every once in a while. Seems like every team will have at least one double header each year, and this wouldn't even be a double header. Maybe they play a 7:05 game the night before, then they play a 1:05, 3:05 game the next day. I really don't see the big deal with this. I don't understand why they can't just say, you know what, you're right. They actually won a championship. We didn't. You know what? Let them. Go ahead. I don't see the problem.
If they would have moved it to 1:05, then maybe, just maybe, it's a possibility. Here's the thing about Baltimore, and I can say this because living in Washington, D.C., I live about 45 minutes away.
Okay.
The Orioles and the Ravens, their stadiums are right next to each other. And there's enough parking for the Ravens, but not to have both. So if you have a game that goes long, it's going to become a logistical nightmare. And you're going to have people getting there early for the Ravens game, too. Just from a logistics standpoint, it would just be an absolute mess. Do I think maybe like a 12:30 start time and maybe an 8:30 start time for the Ravens could work? Yeah, it probably could. But the Orioles don't have to change. This is something that the NFL and the Ravens agreed to on the schedule, knowing that the Orioles were going to be playing on that game. And they just assumed that, well, it's just one game and we can probably get them to move. No, they don't have to. If you're in the middle of a pennant race, there's no reason why you should have to move that game. And I think the Orioles will be this year.
I understand that. And you know what? I actually did not know about the parking situation. So
it's a disaster.
That's a very fair point.
Both teams there. Yeah, that'd be nuts.
It's a very fair point. I'm not saying that they have to. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. I'm not saying they have to. I just think they should. Because it's that sort of tradition. Move it to a 12:30 game. Why can't it be moved? What was that? All this stuff gets moved all the time. There's always stuff that gets moved. It can happen. It can be done. Move it to a 12:30 game. The game is not going to go. If it goes to 20 innings, okay, then I'll do a report saying that I'm wrong. It's not going to go that long. It could be a 7:05 start in Baltimore. They could play the Orioles game at 12:30. Out of anything, the Orioles are losing money and they're losing revenue because most people, look, I hate to say this, but it's so true. The NFL and football has overtaken baseball as America's game. I know that you may not agree with me, but the ratings stick for it. It seems like there is this huge change with everyone going to the NFL, applauding more the NFL, more than baseball. A lot of kids are growing up with football now more than baseball. They're being taught football more often. I just think move it to a 12:30 game. Not because of priority, not because of football being America's game. That was just a little jab that I threw in at the end. But the sole fact is, it's not hard. It doesn't have to be this hard. There's schedule changes all the time. Just move it to 12:30. It's really not that big of a deal.
I never disagreed with you that football is becoming America's game purely based on the numbers of people watching it. Do I think it's going to be America's game for a lot longer? Well, that's a whole other conversation we can have in and of itself with concussions and CTE and everything like that. Yeah. But I don't know if necessarily baseball is going to pick that up either. If it was a bright and early game, if it was like a 12:05 or a 12:35 game, maybe the logistics can work.
Yeah.
But if I'm the Orioles and I'm playing meaningful baseball in September, I don't want to change my schedule around for another team, even if it's another team in my city. And I think they have every right to decide when they want to play that game.
So we agree to disagree, even though we really disagree. So what do you guys think about all this? We want to hear your stance, and we'll try to get to as many as we can. So leave a thought in the comments section below, and we'll try to get to as many as we can.